While there haven't been many comic series out there for Shang Chi, I am loving this current one. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my review on the first 5 issues of Shang-Chi 2021, as it is titled Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe. Guys, I gotta say, first off, let me go ahead and just give you a quick thoughts on the movie. First off, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. It was great. I loved it. The only downside I had to it was the final battle. Not enough that it brought me down. It was still a great movie. I give it an 8 out of 10, but I was just expecting something else from the final battle. Not what I got, but it was still fun. Now, having said that, though, I gotta say, this comic series run that they're doing with Shang-Chi, now taking over his father's criminal organization of the Five Weapons Society, is crazy. And yeah, just as it says in every each issue you get, it talks about how him taking over his father, Zhangzu. I hope I said that name right. I'm no doubt going to butcher many of these Chinese names, so I'm sorry about that. But nevertheless, it's tough. It's going to be tough for him as he's trying to change the criminal ways, which, as I keep saying, with each issue you get into, it won't be that easy. And no doubt it won't. I mean, so many years of being a criminal empire, and now someone takes it over wanting to change it to something else. That is very challenging, especially in the fact that this is also going to involve him with his family obligations versus his superhero duties as he follows the way of a superhero, the superhero community, which puts him in a conflict with each of the different heroes that he meets within each issue. In issue 1, he meets Spider-Man. Issue 2, Captain America. Issue 3, Wolverine. 4, Fantastic Four. Yeah, I'm sure you guys see a connection on that one. And then in 5, you have Iron Man. Next upcoming issue, we're going to have Thor. So whoa, what a lot of stuff there. But now, having said all that, though, we got to go into more detail in the fact that, as I said, he's trying to change the organization's evil ways. But as you know, it won't be easy. But the best way he feels to do that is by finding some of his siblings to help him with that goal. And yeah, throughout the issue, as he meets some of the heroes, he's also finding lost family members, some who are siblings, half siblings, etc., etc. And yeah, they're all eventually joining him and stuff. But as time is going to go on, he's going to see that even his siblings, well, who am I kidding? As time went on, he's while he doesn't know for certain, we, the viewers, know that some of his siblings have a different view. Now, is this saying they're going to betray him? Well, one of them is, but we'll get into her here in a minute. All you guys right now need to know is that personal feelings and different views kind of conflict with him, not just with the criminal empire or all the criminals who had partnerships with the Five Weapons Society in the past, but also in the fact that some members of the family who have been that way are seeing it in that way. It's going to take some time there. So you can understand that point. But now I'll just go ahead and go into the list of his siblings. First, you got Esme, known as Deadly Dagger. Then you got Takeshi, known as Deadly Sabri. I hope I said that right. And then Xylin, known as Deadly Staff. And yeah, now first off, Esme and Takeshi, they were already with him, and they were working with him in different ways to find things that led him into meeting other superheroes. Although it's his third sibling, Jilin, that there's a very big thing about her, and we'll get into that here in a second. So first, I'm going to go into the fact on how in issue 1 you had Shang-Chi going up against Spider-Man. Well, yeah, kind of, but not in the way you might think. And this is where we were introduced to his sister Esme, Deadly Dagger, as she was helping him with trying to find a drug ring that is actually also a weapons ring that Spider-Man was looking into. And then they eventually find it, and where did that lead into? Well, it led into something crazy as Spider-Man got infected by that drug ring, that he became something of his man-spider form, but in a different way that Shang-Chi Shang-Chi and his and Deadly Dagger had to work together to hold him down. And let me tell you, during that time, first off, Deadly Dagger is a big fan of Spider-Man, but she doesn't like his webbing. Feels like snot to her, and that's just so funny. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, this part right here. Then again, I already showed you guys it, but either way, her touching that stuff, she don't like it. But either way, after which Shang-Chi was confronted with how he's trying to separate his family obligations from superhero community, since the superheroes don't know yet that he's now the leader of the five weapon society. And eventually, though, he brought up the courage after Esme confronted him about it and him being ashamed of it, that he sprung it on to Spider-Man, which Spider-Man didn't really know how to feel about that then, because that's some big news, especially with a criminal organization. But he knows Shang-Chi, and he feels that maybe he can trust him and trying to change their ways. But that's how it went for them. Then he eventually ran into Captain America, where Takeshi took him to an auction for an item known as the Cosmic Cube, hosted by a lady named Lady Iron Fan, who Takeshi has some history with or has feelings for. But funny how during that auction, this had him come in an encounter with other criminal organizations known as AIM, Hydra, and Han. Yeah, and at first he was trying to win it up, but eventually would have lost it had not Captain America showed up. And then they played a little possum using the Cosmic Cube to set things up to fool people and finally capture them. But little did he know that even though he thought he gave the Cosmic Cube to Captain America, no, it was Takeshi had it, and he fooled Captain America in thinking that those people had it, and was able to let all those villains go. Which hey, when you're in love, you do crazy things. What can I say? It's nasty out there. This world is just so unpredictable. Life is complicated, etc., etc. What can you do? But yeah, whether Shang-Chi knows that his brother did that or not. I don't know, because there's still more going on here we don't know, and we can't say if we can know Shang-Chi knows some of it or all of it or is unaware of it at all. And I say that because now we're going to finally go into his sister, known as Deadly Staff. Since I can't really don't want to say her other name, feeling like I'm butchering it, I'm just going to stick with Deadly Staff. And they find her in right outside in a place called Witch's Mark Ross, and it turns out that she has the power of like mystic arts. And why do I say that? Well, that's because like everyone else in the family, a different style of martial arts. She is different though in the fact that she trained in the mystical arts and uses a weapon as a weapon of choice. I mean, a flute as a weapon of choice. My bad, guys, my bad. Either way though, yes, she uses a flute as a weapon of choice, and it's actually this flute and her abilities that have her coming in, that have Shang-Chi coming in to counter with Wolverine. Why is that? Well, it turns out Deadly Staff is a mutant, just like Wolverine. And yes, when Shang-Chi meets Wolverine, yeah, they get into a bit of a scuffle there, because we know Wolverine. We know how much of an animal he is and how he does to protect his so-called his kind or people he cares about. Yeah, he's a pretty vicious animal when it comes to that. But hey, it's from a good place. What can you do there? But luckily, though, eventually Shang-Chi was able to talk with him and convince him to let them take Deadly Staff with her so she can help with Shang-Chi and trying to restore the Five Weapon Society and make them go on a good path, a path to good. But it didn't come without its prices here. Now, first off, just like Captain America and Spider-Man, Wolverine, who had been hearing rumors that he took over the Five Weapon Society, he's not really sure how to feel about that, but he trusts Shang-Chi. And while, oh yes, I almost actually forgot about something. Before Shang-Chi took over the Five Weapon Society, that his father had a problem with mutants too, and he actually before he took over, the Five Weapon Society wanted to kill her. Yes, they wanted to kill Deadly Staff. And Takeshi was part of that mission one time, but he chose not to and stuff. And while they don't trust Deadly Staff, they do trust Shang-Chi, who wants who, as I said, trying to make amends for what his father sins and stuff like that. So that was definitely an interesting issue on that end. As a matter of fact, I can't help but wonder what more we're going to get going into that, because we found out that we don't really know if we can trust deadly staff. And that'll lead into and that is in the fact that throughout each of these issues, there is a big bad lurking in the shadows who is after who is recruiting all the villains so far that Shang-Chi has met throughout issues 1 through 5 that were thought to be handed over to the authorities but escaped or were taken away by this mysterious shadow figure. And he even recruits Deadly Staff. And yeah, why she is recruited by him and why she accepts it, I don't know why. But one thing to know is that this big bad is out to take down the Five Weapon Society and burn it to the ground. Not because Shang-Chi is the leader now, but because of a grudge he had, whoever this guy is, has against Zhang Zhu, his father. So I'm pretty sure you can all understand that Shang-Chi's pretty much in the wrong position here. What can you do, though? He said he's here to atone for his father's sins, so whatever this guy has a grudge against his father for, that's now on Shang-Chi's responsibility. And from the looks of things, as I saw with issues 4 through 5, it looks like we're about to start getting into a three-way battle here of Shang-Chi, this mysterious big bad, and the superhero community who are learning of what's going on. Why do I say that? Because in issue 4, Shang-Chi was having a dream about a sister of his who he thought was in the negative zone, which is owned by the Fantastic Four. At first, he tried to do it in the civil way, but couldn't, so he did it in the way by force so he could get in there and rescue what he thought was his sister. But no, it turns out it was actually his mother, Zhang Li, who was trapped in the negative zone. And it turns out she has also was once trying to do what Shang-Chi's trying to do right now. Eventually, she's rescued from the dimension, but he has a little brief altercations with Fantastic Four, and yeah, no surprise there. As a matter of fact, hang on. Yeah, here, I got the issue right here, and I gotta say, to see him do this, let's get to it. Yeah, there it is. Fight the Thing. He fought the Thing, and I was like, now that is awesome right there. I did not expect that. But as I said, the altercation was brief, as he was eventually able to get Fantastic Four member Richard Reed, the leader of them, to let him pass by. But not without Richard Reed learning of the rumors being true with that whole Five Weapon Society being the leader and stuff, that he contacted other members of the superhero community, showing that they don't fully trust him and stuff. Especially with all that's going on. Why do I say that? Well, that leads into the final issue that happened this few weeks back, and Shang-Chi, where he meets up with Iron Man, as he was being given a weapon that was given to him by some underworld people who stole it from a buyer, and he was going to give it and he was going to take it from him and return it back to the stolen tech person. And wouldn't you know it, that person was Iron Man. Yeah, Iron Man was trying to get his tech back. And while Shang-Chi did eventually give it back to him, we found out this was all a ploy by Iron Man, because it's all a setup for them to try to find out more on what Shang-Chi and the Five Weapon Society are up to, because they can't really trust them. And why? Well, mostly because of what happened with Captain America and the Cosmic Cube. It shows that they don't think Shang-Chi is being trustworthy. Is being truthful to them, and that he's playing them all. And we right now don't know if that's true. Us as the viewers could believe Shang-Chi, we could believe the superheroes, but we don't really know. This is why I can't wait for the last part of the first story arc to show up when he faces Thor, to see where we're going to go from here on out. And that's the story of going in with these five I mean, 5 issues right now. I was about to say 5 weapons society because I've been saying that so much, but these first 5 issues have been amazing. I have definitely enjoyed. My best part being the fighting panels they show of him, showing why Shang Chi is the #1 fighter in the Marvel universe, as he was able to handle each of these superheroes in their own different way, especially the one with the thing. I love that. It was great. But all in all, still, we don't know who this big mysterious figure at lurking in the shadows is who wants to take down the 5 weapon society. However, though, one thing to note though is that where is it here? Oops, wrong one here. Yeah, here we go. That, like I said, if you look at this part right here, you got you got that person in the middle. That's the deadly staff. She is working with them. She's accepted this guy's offer to work with them. So you know something weird's going on there. What is it going forward? I don't know. All I just know is I'm excited because this 5 issue series has been amazing, and I can't wait to see what else is brought to us as we move on in. And I can't also wait to see as we explore more of the sibling and family relationship between Shang-Chi and his siblings, because we got to learn a little bit from his relationship with Esme, who's still in that whole murderous sort of thing and showing and killing people as a way of honor. Like you got Tashigi here, who has been working with the 5 Weapon Society for so long and is trying to work on changing changing his ways, like Shang-Chi's trying to make the entire your organization do. So this promises to be fun. I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. But until then, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it all at that. And let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. And until then, you enjoy my videos. All you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. Until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye.